In some kind of building code or regulation, it's necessary to install an elevator in buildings with 5 or maybe 6 floors or more. So in the apartment building I used to live in, which was located along the highway, there was of course an elevator. Even though I lived on the 6th floor, I hardly ever used the stairs. Well, probably nobody did. Day after day, I relied on the elevator. Going up the stairs was quite a challenge, especially since I knew that using them was utterly unnecessary. On a weekday afternoon during a break time from university lectures, I left my apartment to grab some food from the convenience store. Naturally, I took the elevator to go down to the first floor. The elevator was currently on the top floor, the 8th floor, and it seemed like someone was either getting on and off. I pressed the button for the first floor and waited for the elevator to come down. The doors opened, revealing a middle-aged woman on the other side. She was someone I'd seen around quite often, so she was probably a resident on the 8th floor. I gave a nod of acknowledgement, and we both stepped into the elevator. The button for the first floor was already lit, and soon we were joined by a delivery man. All three of us had the same destination, the first floor. However, suddenly the elevator abruptly stopped between the 3rd and 2nd floors. For a brief moment, there was a slight feeling of pressure pressing down on us. All three of us inside exchanged glances. "What happened?" I muttered quietly. The woman and the delivery man also tilted their heads in confusion. We waited for a while, but there was no sign of movement. Then the delivery man took the initiative. He pressed the intercom button. No response. He sighed in frustration. "What on earth has gone on?" The delivery man's question mirrored my own concerns. Maybe in numerical terms, it wasn't a significant amount of time. It was probably less than 3 minutes of silence. However, it was enough time to stir up a vague sense of unease and impatience. Everyone inside was getting fidgety. Just when everyone started to feel restless, the elevator suddenly started moving again. The woman let out a short gasp, which startled me as well. However, there was a strange thing. Despite only the first floor button being pressed, the elevator was not descending. Instead, it was going up. We smoothly passed the 4th floor, then the 5th floor, and the 6th floor. It stopped at the 7th floor, and the doors opened abruptly. I looked at the open doors with a puzzled expression. What on earth was happening? I thought. Something was off. "It seems a bit unstable, so maybe it's better to take the stairs," the woman said as she got off the elevator. "It's hard to tell what might happen next." "Yeah, you're right," the delivery man agreed as she followed her out. It was only natural. I felt the same way. Now I wasn't particularly eager to use an unreliable elevator, especially after the strange experience. No, wait. Something doesn't feel right. The view beyond the elevator doors is definitely that of the 7th floor of the apartment building, but it's unnaturally dark. There isn't a single light on. There's no illumination at all. The corridor beyond is barely visible, if at all. Could it be power outage? That's what I thought. Turning around, the elevator itself was strangely well lit though, so despite the odd behavior, the elevator was technically operational. It couldn't be power outage. Something was off. Feeling uneasy, I glanced out at the view visible from the 7th floor. What is this? The sky is red. It's dawn or dusk, but it's not the right time for either. There's no sun, no cloud, just an empty, intensely red sky. It's striking almost unnaturally so. Now I look down at the ground. It's pitch black. No pure black. I can only make out the silhouettes of a highway and the buildings. There's no light, just red and black. And another thing, The usual sounds of cars on the highway, the noise that I usually hear so often, is completely absent. It's eerily silent. There's nothing to hear. Moreover, there's nothing moving. I can't quite describe it, but there is absolutely no sense of life coming from the scenery before me. It's just a red and black world. I took some time to think, and just as I did, the elevator doors seemed like they were about to close. Wait, what I should do? I should get off. Or I should stay. I decided to stay in the elevator after all. This time, with no suspicious behavior, the elevator calmly continued its journey to the first floor. The doors opened, revealing the usual first floor scene. People walking, cars moving, the sounds of daily life. It was daytime, just like any other day. I felt relieved. It seemed like everything was fine now. I had an instinctual feeling that it was, so I stepped out of the elevator. After calming down, I began to wonder about those two people. I waited in front of the stairs for them to come down, but they never did. Even after waiting for about 15 minutes, they never appeared. It shouldn't have taken that long just to descend the stairs. I became terrified. I decided to leave the building. I didn't want to stay there any longer. Since that day, I've become unable to ride elevators, even if I want to. I moved to a different apartment, and wherever I go, I use the stairs. Using the stairs is fine because they are connected to the ground. I don't have to worry about ending up in that other world. However, elevators are different. They are like a gateway to another realm. At least, that's what I believe. I never want to ride an elevator again.